Hey everyone, this is Shaheen doing the intuitive forecast for the week of June 27th. I'm going to give you the intuitive insight that I have for this week, seeing how the energetic atmosphere looks, how we can best use that flow, and have an awesome week. I've pulled 4 cards, and there's some really interesting information in here. Some very powerful energies, and things are feeling like they're shifting in a different direction than where we have been for a while now. And I know a lot of people have felt really stuck and have felt like they are doing this kind of uphill battle. And I personally understand. I have had some of that energy as well. And it's just this kind of cosmic thing that's happening. And what I keep getting is that we're seeing the incongruencies. And I've been saying this for the whole year, but I feel like this past month has been about, I guess, seeing the opportunities and feeling the different alternative paths that we can go down. And I know from the full moon in May to the full moon that was this month in June, there was this idea that we didn't want to really pick sides or pick a specific direction, but we wanted to be open to sort of the path that the universe was creating for us. And so I think that that's still kind of an after effect that's happening, but now it's starting to make more sense. We're starting to see purpose and reason for the confusion or the blocks that we've had. So absolutely be open to that idea and be kind and gentle to yourself, because this can be a rough time. But I do feel like the energy is shifting for the better. And energy is always moving and shifting, so we have to get on board. We have to allow that process to happen. I want to invite you to a couple of different things before I get into the message. One of them being, if you would like to set up your own private intuitive guidance session and look into your energetic story personally, you can visit me at ShaheenMiroInsights.com. And if you're already here, you can look above, and there is information about intuitive guidance sessions under the Spiritual Services tab. And another thing I want to direct you to is the tea leaf reading ceremony. And the reason why I bring this up is I'm doing some more research about tea leaf reading, which is something that I've done for years, and I've taught tons of classes and workshops about it. And I absolutely love doing tea leaf readings with people, and it can be done at a distance. It does not have to be in person. But the reason why I bring it up is that a lot of people don't really know how profound tea leaf reading can be. And what I like to say is the cup is almost like a vignette. It's a part of your soul story, and it gives you information about sometimes your past, the present, the future, all three. But just like in an intuitive guidance session, it gives you information about the narrative of your life. And the thing that's profound about it is you have something that you can look at, this beautiful tea leaf spread that's in the cup. And when you look at that, you're going to also see shapes and images, scenes and stories that are painted by the leaves. And for some people, that is much more profound and liberating than looking at cards, because the tea leaves are all about your own spirit, your own psyche, your own perspective. And what I see might be very different from what you see, but that's part of the overall story. So I invite you to check that out. Look into it more. You can read about that under the Spiritual Services as well. But I'm doing some more research about it. I've had quite a few people asking me about it, so I figured I would put it out there and let you know that it's an option. And if you have any questions about it, please feel free to contact me. All right, let's get into the actual forecast. My allergies are acting up. I'm sorry. The first card we have is the Ten of Cups. And this is really a beautiful card to begin with. Beginning the week with this lets us know that we have foundation, we have solidity in our lives, we have security, and we have family and community that we can draw upon. And something that I love when I see this card that always comes to me is it's time to reach out, it's time to connect with the people who you love, who you trust, and that you know are there for you. And this doesn't have to be just blood relatives. This can be friends, this can be adopted family, this can be colleagues, co-workers, it can be complete strangers that you feel an affinity for. But what it's saying is there is a group, a foundation, and a net of security, a network of security. So now is the time to draw upon that. Something else that I noticed when I look at this card and that my intuition just beams out so strong is this little scene over here in the corner. So there's a house and it's kind of on a hill with some trees and a stream is coming from it. And what this is talking about is needing to look at your home, needing to look at your living situation and reevaluate what's working there and what's not. And ask yourself, is there anything you need to part with? Is there anything that you need to let go of in order to feel in the flow? And something that the stream shows me is the need to either let go of things because you need to let them flow away, move away, fall away, or you need to get out and you need to find another place to be in. So play with that idea as well. And it might also mean that there's some new relationships blooming or some commitments that are deepening, maybe even some marriages. Now the other card that we have is the Nine of Cups. So there's a cups theme happening. And you see this kind of jovial, jolly man sitting here with 9 cups behind him, all lined up, and he looks very proud. It's almost like he has won the game. These are his trophies, these are his awards, these are his accomplishments. And what I call this card is the wish card. So you've done it, you've won the game, your wishes are fulfilled, and now you can sit back and you can take it in. Now the other thing that I want to remind you is this is talking about possibilities. Each one of these cups is a possibility of something that you can be doing, something that you can be exploring, something that you can be using. And you never want to complete something and then just set it aside and let it collect dust. You want your accomplishments to be alive, to be moving and vibrant. You want their energy to continue to flow. And so that might be you need to continue to revisit ideas, even if you think they're done. Or you might want to go back and reflect on them, even just for nostalgia. There's nothing wrong with that. Or it could be that you've completed it, you've accomplished it, whatever it is, and you might need to give it away. So maybe you've completed a painting. Don't let it hang around on your wall. Let somebody else have it. If you're, not a professional artist and you feel like you can't sell it, then find someone who you think is worthy of that particular piece of art, that piece of your soul, and give it to them as a gift. Or if you filled up your journal and you need to move on to another one, read through it. And if it doesn't seem like it's something you need to save for the future, for remembrance, then burn it. Toss it in the trash. Or pull out the passages that make sense to you, that seem profound. Write them in calligraphy or print them on beautiful paper and put them in a frame or an album. Or if it's that you've completed a project at work, that's fine. You've completed it, it's done. But now what? Do you pass it off to someone else? Do you check in on it and see how it's progressing now that it's finished? Is there some other part to it? Or do you ask yourself, is there another project that can be born from this overall idea? My point is there is plenty of there are plenty of resources and ideas that you can explore, and all of it is right here at your fingertips. And these things that are already there, these resources, they are the foundation for the next dreams and wishes that you want to make come true. So play with that idea as well. The Knight of Cups. And he's talking about moving forward with all of this, moving forward with your connections to family, moving forward with your creative ideas, with sensitivity, with grace, with eloquence, and in trust. But there has to be movement, there has to be forward motion. He also is bringing a message that there are emotional parts, emotional pieces that need to be explored inside of yourself. So check in throughout the day and ask yourself, how am I feeling? What's happening inside of me? What is going on in my head, in my heart, in my inner world? That's going to give you some really profound insight. And then the fourth card that we have is the Two of Wands. You're looking out on your world, you have authority, you have power, but what this card tells me is you need to set things into motion, but do not exert too much force or attachment. Allow it to come together as it's meant to. I look at this and I get the impression of observing the natural order of things. Now, that doesn't mean that you have no control. What it means is you have to trust once you plant the seeds that they're going to grow the way that they are designed to grow. So, play with that too. Alright, I hope that gives you some really significant insight. I hope that offers a good foundation for this week and moving forward. And I hope that you are feeling inspired and you're feeling this fluidity coming in, and you're allowing yourself to go into your emotions, go into your feelings, and connect with that source. And I always tell people, the tarot, the four suits, cups, wands, swords, and coins, they represent the four stages of the creative process. And the cups are the process of inspiration, of feeling out what is coming to you, of being fluid and experiencing information without analyzing it, experiencing it. So that lets us know that we are really in the receptive mode. And the more open we are, the more we receive. And the more we receive, the further we can go and the bigger we can take our lives. So be open to that. Alright, it's so great to talk to you. Visit me at ShaheenMiroInsights.com. Please share your questions or comments, and I look forward to talking to you, and I hope to talk to you in a private session. Alright, until next time, take care of yourself. Bye.